Okie dokie. So, this travel video is about what to do when your travel expense report has been returned, either by your supervisor or fund approver, or if it's returned by accounts payable. So, first off, in your email, you'll get an email that says travel expense report returned. If I click into this, I can see exactly which expense report was returned and why it was returned under this little reason section. We cannot return anything in the travel system without a note as to why we are returning it, so there should always be an email with an explanation whenever you have something returned. If I want to just go directly to the travel to resubmit my travel request, I'm going to just click on this link right here, and that brings me directly to my expense report. It says edit expense report. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to change what I need or upload the additional file I need, and make any changes necessary to resubmit the file. Or if you would rather go through the travel system, we can also go that way. So here's my portal right here. I'm going to go through the travel button under the app section of the portal. We're going to click into that. And here I see my travels. So I only have one travel in right now. It's this TR244536. And what we can do is we can click on the travel number on the left side. If I click into that, that brings me to my travel request. It does not bring me to my expense report. If you hit new expense report, this actually will create a new expense report, not edit the one you already had. So I can show you that real quick. You can see a yellow box pops up and says the following expense reports exist for this travel authorization. If you meant to resubmit one of them, please click edit below. And that's this edit button right here next to the travel. You want to click that. You don't want to create a new expense report. You just want to edit your original one. In order to clear off the travel, we always need a completed original expense report if we can. If it ends up getting denied for any reason, then we can take a copy, but we want to always have the original expense report. So we're going to go back here, and from our travel request, you can get to your expense report a couple of ways. You can click expense report down here at the bottom, oops, right there, and that will take you to your expense report where you can scroll down and there's this blue edit button. That is the button that you want to click. And as you can see, when I click that, it brings me into my expense report so I can edit it or I can change up my files. Or what you can do is when you're in just your little travel button in the MySU portal, instead of clicking on the travel number on the left, if you go on the right side underneath the expense reports column, you can see that this says expense report not yet started and has the TR number. If we click on that, it brings us directly to the expense report and it has that edit blue button at the bottom of the screen. Additionally, if you see that your expense report was returned, but for some reason you did not get this return email, because here I can see that I had Ben Jocelyn return it for demonstration purposes, so I can show how to resubmit it. But if I didn't get that email for whatever reason and I noticed that it got returned, down here in the approval queue, I can see that Ben Jocelyn returned it. See how that return is purple? And there's a little exclamation point next to it. If you hover over that, that will give you the reason why it was returned. And you can see there's that reason again, returning for demonstration purposes. So that's how you can find it. That's how you can look at it to edit it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go into our expense report. We're going to hit this blue edit button at the bottom. And what I'm going to do, because I didn't actually travel, this is just for the training, I'm going to change all of these expenses to $0 because I don't want to reimburse myself for anything that I did not travel for. Additionally, I can go in and I can change my files by hitting this browse. We're going to grab this parking receipt. It's the same file I had before, but for the purposes of demonstrating, I can change this file, which was originally parking receipt for $72, into this other file. And that's how you can do it. You can add receipts using the plus button, take them off using the minus button. Same thing about the expenses up here. All of that's the same. This is just how you edit that expense report. And we always want to make sure that when we edit the expense report, we are editing the original expense report, that we're not creating a copy. as can happen if you go into your travel and just hit new expense report. You wanna edit your original expense report. So that's how you can kind of figure out, why your expense report was returned. You have this email right here. And if you don't get that email, you can figure out why it's returned, fix whatever needs to be fixed, and then resubmit it. So I went ahead, I zeroed everything out. I'm going to take off that file, and then I'm going to preview my approvers and see who it's going to. And now that everything is good to go, I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. And that has resubmitted my expense report. And so that is how you submit them. And then if I were to go back on my travel, I can come in here and it no longer says not yet started under the expense report because now I am waiting for it to be approved. So that is how you resubmit an expense report.